Hi Gigi, thank you for talking with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about what PEAK is?
It's when all these kids from different classes come together and work on separate math techniques. Like, for example, Ms. McNemer's class, this group of kids is struggling on multiplication, and from a different class, this group is also struggling on multiplication. So they come together and they work on it together instead of all the class just reviewing it.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit more about what the structure is like? So when we say it's time for PEAK, what happens?
So before we go to PEAK, we have art, and PE, so we just grab our lunch boxes, because after that we have lunch. So we just grab our lunch boxes, and then after all of those specials, we go back to the classroom and get these folders that have everything we need in it.
Does everyone come back to our class?
Only the people that need to go to different classes. If you're staying in the same class, you don't need your folder. They're already on the carpet.
Okay, so some kids don't come back to our class, they go to a different class?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do during PEAK time?
We review things from first grade, second grade, and third grade that we maybe haven't mastered or need a little bit of work on that can help us with these other strategies. Like addition for multiplication, you could do repeated addition, or subtraction for division.
Awesome. Gigi, I looked at your work from the beginning of the year in 4th grade before we started PEAK, and then we just did another word problem to see what you're doing now, and you're using so many more strategies now than you were using at the beginning of the year. Do you think PEAK has helped you with that? Can you say something about that?
Yeah, mostly because we use strategies for almost everything. Like for addition, if you need to regroup, you could put the 0. If it's 10, the 0 at the bottom, and put the tens in the tens place. So using the strategies like partial products for multiplication, stuff like that really does help me.
Awesome. Yeah, you've definitely learned a lot this year, and I can tell that you've been working really hard. Can you tell me, what are some things that you like about PEAK?
That you don't have to not ask questions, that all these people in the classroom are struggling with the same thing you are. So if let's just say PEAK wasn't a thing and it was just the whole class and everyone got what was going on and I didn't understand what equivalent fractions was. In PEAK, everyone in the classroom is struggling with the same thing, so it's okay to ask questions, because maybe that person right next to you is having the same question as you, but is scared to ask.
What would you say to other teachers that are maybe thinking about mixing up and splitting up their classes for reading or for math or another subject like we do in PEAK? What would you say to them if they were thinking about it but they haven't done it yet?
I would say to do it, because even if you don't know, some kids really do struggle with those kind of things. Like, you think they're okay with it and they've learned it and we can move on to the next unit. They really could be struggling on it, and that it's okay to ask questions and try different things.
Oh, what if they said, maybe they're worried, the kids switching classrooms and they're all mixed up. They could be with their friends. They're gonna get out of control. It's gonna be a big hot mess. I don't know if it's worth it. What would you say to that?
If they are really messing around and doing what they're not supposed to, then they don't need to learn it. If they're not doing what they're supposed to, then they're not going to learn anything from it. And if they know they don't know it, they would keep listening.
Awesome. Anything else you want to say to me or to teachers about PEAK?
No.
All right. Thank you for your time, sweetie.